do is take notes. We're going to do a demonstration of how to do a three-way call, whether you have a member who wants to be a member or somebody that you want to recruit. So it's important to take notes. And we're going to have a little demo. Third-party calling and edification. This is you. And there's trust between you and your prospect. Over time, you maybe might be a family member, it might be a friend, it might be somebody that you work with or go to a meeting. And they trust you. But what happens, they may not completely respect your expertise in this area. So what you want to do is introduce an expert that you edify, successful, knowledgeable, helpful, and fun. And those are the things you want to tell them, and they're very, very busy. So what we're going to do, these are just some of the questions. And I'm going to pretend that Jane Lehman is, we're doing a three-way, and we're going to use Mr. Paul Archuleta. And what I'm going to do is exactly what we just said. So Jane.
Yes, ma'am.
Jane, I'm going to see if I can get hold of Mr. Paul Archuleta. He's very successful in our business. And I know he's got a really busy schedule, but let me see if I can ring him. Okay.
All right.
Okay, Mr. Archuleta.
Hello, how's it going?
Going good. Hey, I have Jane. She's a single mom. She's a certified mediator and a former musician. And she's sort of taking a look at our business and seeing if it might be for her. Can I put you on?
Absolutely, absolutely.
Okay. Okay, Jane, this is Mr. Paul Archuleta. He's very successful in our business, and I'd like to introduce you to him. He has a bit of time for us. So
Great.
Jane, Mr. Archuleta, Jane.
Hi, Jane. How are you? Very, very nice to meet you.
Well, thank you. It's nice to meet you as well.
Excellent, excellent. So I understand that that Karen was telling me that you are from the music industry. Did I hear that right?
You did. I played the French horn for 30 years.
Wow, the French horn. Gosh, that's amazing. Did you do that? Was that like your background? Is that you did it for a living, or?
This is what I did for a living. Yes, I lived in Germany for 25 years.
Oh my goodness. Okay, so I was in the military for a little bit in Kaiserslautern. So
Kaiserslautern. You lived very close to where I lived. I lived in Saarbrücken, about 30 miles.
Okay. So yeah, we flew right into Frankfurt and then took the Autobahn out to Frankfurt. But that's awesome. That is so awesome. So how long have you been in the States?
I got back to the States, 3 years ago.
Right. Oh, wow. So the music thing, how did you get started doing that, if you don't mind me asking?
I, just like everybody else, playing in the band in junior high school and high school, and I just became passionate about that and had to really fight for it. But I became a professional musician and did that for 25 years in Germany and total of 30 years. So I had a great time, but it was time to make a change. And so I became a certified mediator.
Oh, okay. Awesome. And so you're a certified mediator currently?
That's correct.
Okay, cool. Well, that sounds like it takes a lot of effort to do when you're doing the mediation stuff. Is that like in court, or is that?
There's a lot of it that goes on in court. It requires a lot of listening skills. It requires being able to reframe what people say and to listen carefully. There's a lot of tension going on in those situations, of course.
Excellent. I mean, I know that's tough, but that does tell me that you obviously have some leadership skills, just being that you've done that, and then you do have a little bit of passion there or a lot of passion there for music. I'm not sure how much Karen has shared with you about our opportunity with Legal Shield and Identity Shield. What tool have you taken a look at yet so far with our company?
Well, she's told me a little bit. She sent me a video. It was about 11 minutes long, I think. I think a woman, was it a woman named Melissa? Maybe
Mhm.
showed me a video, and then there was, she sent me a flat sheet, like a flyer of some information.
Very good. Very good. Very, and tell me, what do you understand about the program? A little bit about it, just kind of
Well,
on.
I think it looks like I can call a lawyer anytime I want to and just be able to use lawyers whenever I need them. It's kind of what the idea that I got. So it,
Awesome. Would you be, let me ask you a question. Would you be against, so you basically, you understand the program, that it's something beneficial for a lot of people out there to have, right? Lawyers are expensive.
absolutely.
All right. Have you ever had the privilege of using one of our attorneys out there? Anybody out there in the legal field?
Well, I mean, I see lawyers in court every day.
Right. And
They're
there,
not wrong. I mean,
there really isn't a good gauge of an hourly amount. In our industry, they say 250 an hour, 500 an hour, or even $1,000 an hour. And one of the things that our founder used to say is, you can get about as much justice as you can afford. So what we do on our side is we just help people get access to the justice system for about $1 a day. Just shoot from the hip on that one. Would you be open to getting paid every time you referred somebody to the benefit of Legal Shield and Identity Shield? If you didn't have to become a lawyer and you didn't have to become an identity theft specialist, you're just getting paid for sharing that information. Would you be against that idea, or would you be open to it?
well, of course, I'm open to sharing information anytime if it's going to benefit people. And
Right. Right.
yeah.
Awesome. And then also, an extra stream of income. So it's something that, especially coming from Germany and having, and I know that's the original English language, but you have such a real good command of the German language. Not sure if English was your first language, but sound really good. Sound better than I do, because I'm from New Mexico.
I was
But
born in Pennsylvania. Yes.
Pennsylvania. Oh, okay. Awesome. Well, on that side, you definitely can take a look at our services. So my background was a teacher. And so when I first took a look at this program, I was so glad that I was open-minded to at least take a look at it, because, ultimately I always wanted a program such as this, and I wanted to get my will done. But I just didn't have, $1,000 or $2,000 or $3,000 to prepare. But that same dollar a day would allow me to get that will done. And actually, the person that introduced me was one of my students. So you have to be 18 to do this business, and you have to have a clean background, no felonies, things like that. And I'm sure you do, coming from all the way from Germany and all that. You probably got your passport and all that, and you're ready to go.
It sounded like you're sure I'm a felon.
Ah, no,
I
no,
understand.
absolutely.
I understand.
I would
Yes.
think you're a felon if you sounded like one of my relatives. I'm just kidding. But no, on that side, I do joke a lot. So I'm gonna give you a forewarning, because I do.
So do I.
I say so many jokes so that I'll have to switch it to Spanish. That was my background, a Spanish teacher, so you won't understand what I'm saying. But sounds great, and if you were to, let's say, take a look at our program, are you the type of person that would like to make a lot of money with the company as a part-time, doesn't interfere your schedule basis, or do you want to make just like a middle ground, or you're like just a little bit extra on the side would really help?
I'll tell you, the first thing I thought that really interests me is getting my will prepared, because like I said, I just returned from living overseas. But in sharing this, I haven't even thought that far. I'm seeing it more because I see so many people who need the services. I haven't even thought about how much I could earn, but now you've got me thinking about it.
Right. If so you're, and I don't mean to pry, but like wherever your current situation is, let's say on a monthly basis, and everybody's story is different, but if we could show you a way to, let's say, get half of what you currently are making added to your current situation, would that help out with a few things?
Oh, absolutely. Sure.
Okay, so that's a good starting point. And I can tell you that there's people in this company right now that are making well over $1 million annually with with just sharing the service and bringing on real qualified people such as yourself to just share a good concept. And so because those that make the least are always getting taken advantage of the most. And so we're always looking for good, solid people with good reputations. And I mean, I just met you on the phone, but you sound really like somebody that we would like to bring on board to the team. And so you know, like I just mentioned, if it's something that you think that you could add a little bit of time to your schedule. And there's a few things that I believe you should do in this company. Number one, we have, and what's great about it is a lot of this stuff is online. So number one, we have what's called a fast start training. And so if you decided to do this, I would recommend that you take the fast start training, and we could look at the calendar together and find out when that next fast start training is. And that's going to help you with a lot of because you actually said quite a bit for not knowing much about the company. You have a good grasp. And then with your background there with the courts and doing some mediation stuff, that's going to really help you here as well. But that fast start training is really, really going to benefit you so that you can understand the services a little bit better. And then the lady that you mentioned earlier, Melissa, she does a training as well as another gentleman. His name is Mike Riches, and they do a training on, it's called Business Solutions. And whether you decide to do that or not with us, it's a really great training, and still online as far as I know. And you can go ahead and take that. You could take that class and from your bunny slippers at home if you want, while you're playing is it clarinet? You can be
French horn.
Oh, French horn. See, I totally messed that up. But you could definitely do that and just be learning. And what's great about this program is you get to earn as you learn. And Karen's amazing. She's doing all kinds of great things with our company. And if there's anybody that I would want to be a part of their team, it's Karen, because she's just really growing in leaps and bounds. And I think she just made what we call senior associate. And so she's just really excited about that. And if you decide to join this company, you get to work with Karen and myself all the time. And so we're really excited to get to work with some qualified people such as yourself. So I guess having that being said, and I really like what I hear on your end. Would there be anything else that you would need to know before you got started here, or is it something that we would consider from a scale from 1 to 10?
Oh, well, I'm definitely at an 8 or 9. So I'll talk to Karen and maybe get some answers. I don't have questions right now, but I'm sure I will as soon as we hang up, I'll have questions. That's the way I am. Excellent.
Well, an 8 or 9, that's really high. I was a teacher, and that's 80% to a 90%. 90% is an A-. So that's really good. And we definitely will let you know everything that you need to know to move forward. We'll help you every step of the way. And that sounds great that you're going to get back with Karen. Before I let you go, what I would like to do is and I got my pen and my pad here. I'd like to, because you've already seen a little bit of our information. What I would like to do is, so that way we're not wasting your time or anything, I would like to write down a date and time where we can check back with you to see if there's anything else you need to see before you get started. Is there a day that works well with you within the next 3 days?
Yeah, tomorrow's fine.
Tomorrow works. Okay, so I'm writing that down. Karen, if you will, write that down as well.
Yeah.
Tomorrow, and then what time tomorrow?
Oh, sometime in the morning, say before 11. And I am in Central Time.
before 11. Okay, got it. And I'm in New Mexico, so we say mañana. So yeah, we'll definitely be there. And how about I'm gonna put down 10:30 a.m. and we're definitely gonna get started and get things going. If there's anything that any questions or anything, either of you, Karen or yourself, Jane, just please let us know. And thank you so much and welcome to our team.
Okay,
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Archuleta.
Okay, I better go. I got another call coming, but thank you,
Okay.
ladies.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Click.
Okay, Jane, we can get back to you tomorrow. Do you need any other information?
No, we're good for right now.
Okay, sounds good.
I'm free. Thanks.
Okay. What I'm gonna do, that is an example of a three-way call. And it can be for a personal plan, it can be for an associate. I'm gonna have my husband tell a little story about when he first got started with Legal Shield. Charlie, are you there?
Yes, thank you for inviting me, Miss Irish Borrego. And by the way, my last name was Borrego before I met her. And now it's about a yard long when it was an inch long before I met her. Let me just quickly tell you a little bit about my experience in the first few weeks that I was in the business. I was in the business for a few weeks, and I have a strong business background, and I work with a lot of community leaders and business folks. So when this was introduced to me 20 some years ago,
24.
I decided I'm going to talk to all of my friends, all my business associates, and I'm going to tell them what a wonderful service Legal Shield ID theft is. So I was out there doing full presentations without any help from anyone. In fact, I invited 3 guests to John Hoffman's event in Portland, Oregon. And they came to that event, and John comes over and he says, Charlie, would it be helpful if I could answer some questions for some of your guests? And I said, oh no, John, I got it. I'll take care of it. I'll get it done. And nobody enrolled. I had no memberships, no recruits in the first 3 weeks I was in the business. Finally, I reached out to Karen and part of her leadership. And I said, I need some help. And that's when I started doing 3-way calls. And within about 10 days, 8 or 10 days, I enrolled 4 memberships. So there's a tremendous value in coaching and 3-way calls.
Yeah, and the difference was I was totally brand new. I didn't have the same sphere of influence that he had, and I used 3-way calls. And I wrote a lot of business, and he was really upset. But he finally learned 3-way calls is very, very important. So what we're going to do now, thank you both Mr. Archuleta and Jane. We're going to go out to Lee Perry. Is Lee on? Okay.
Yes,
and
ma'am.
We're going to do a couple service testimonials. So, and everybody copy these down because these are great stories. Stories sell and facts tell. So go ahead, Lee.
Well, this one is in particular for one of my business members who just let me know last week that she had signed up for a service that was going to create a website, a lot of digital marketing for. She was going to get this much service for this much price. And she got her first 2 bills and she got this much service for this much price. And she called the law firm and apologized because she already had Legal Shield and apologized for not sending the contract up ahead of time. And the attorney said, let me see what I can do for you, wrote a letter, got the contract canceled, got all of her money back. And the client thinks that she saved about $4,800 just by making one phone call to the law firm.
That's a great story, Lee. Thank you. Okay, now we're going to go out to Paul's daughter, Audrey Archuleta.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Karen. And so, yeah, my name is Adriana Archuleta. I'm from Albuquerque, New Mexico. And I was able to use the services during COVID when everything got shut down. I ended up getting a bill in the mail that was just outrageously high. And unfortunately, with, the shutdown and everything, I wasn't able to go into any of the offices or try to figure it out on my own, really, because every time I'd call, they would pretty much tell me there was nothing they could do for me and I'd have to pay it. And I usually paid around $100 each month for my electricity bill, but that month I ended up getting the bill and it was about $600. And I was just blown away, honestly. I just didn't know what to do. I was speechless. I kind of went into panic mode because, of course, I probably could have paid the bill, but at the same time, I was actually a new mom at that time. My son was about probably 2 or 3 months old. And I was just like, what am I supposed to do? Like, there's no way my bill should be that high. The only people that are here are me and my newborn son. And so what I did was I ended up calling Legal Shield. They had me send in the bill information along with one from the previous year so they could put the difference. And so it was awesome. That letter got sent out really fast, and within 48 hours of the electric company getting the demand letter of correction of bill, they had it fixed. They were calling me at that time, and it was just wonderful because they're like, Miss Archuleta, we're going to take care of this, make sure everything is being read correctly, and we're so sorry for the misunderstanding. And I was like, yeah, misunderstanding is kind of crazy, but they also even gave me a meter they could read from the street, and I guess you're supposed to pay extra for upgrades and all that kind of stuff. And so I was just absolutely amazed with our attorneys, how fast they were and how just on top of it, they got the electric company, because I tried so hard, but with that lockdown and everything, there's pretty much nothing else I could do except, just sit there and in complete shock for a few weeks. So thank you so much for letting me share. And I'm so proud that we were able to have the law firms represent us, especially in those moments of need and in desperate measures and desperate times. So thank you, Ms. Karen, and back to you.
That's a great result. Thank you. And now I'm going to turn it over to Mr. Charlie Irish Brago for a very short testimony.
Oh, thank you for bringing me back. I took my Jeep in for some maintenance a while back. It must have been about 10 months, a year ago. And I have a warranty on that Jeep. And after the work had been done, I was handed a bill for $1,200. And so I reached out to the warranty company and submitted the invoice. And I was expecting that I was going to get $1,100 because after the deductible. And they said, well, you didn't get a pre-approval, so therefore it's not covered. I reached out to my law firm here in Portland, Oregon. They wrote a letter to the warranty company. And a week or so later, they reached out to me and apologized to Mr. Irish Brago and sent me a check for just under $1,000 for the warranty that they should have paid in the first place. Thank you, Legal Shield.
Okay. Okay, now we're going to go out to Erlen Lewis. Erlen, do you need me to, do you have any slides or anything like that?
No slides.
Okay. Okay, Erlen Lewis is going to tell us all the announcements, and we're on our final 3 days of the month. So what we want to do is really focus and get to whatever goals you have, but turn it over to you, Erlen.
Oh, awesome. Well, thank you very much. Yeah, we got some amazing new promotions going on right now. One of the main things that I'm super excited about, and you're exactly right. You have 2 days, so you got, up till Wednesday to get into Performance Club. And to get into Performance Club, yeah, you need exactly $150 in premium. What I say is help 5 families with the legal plan. That'll get you into Performance Club. The reason why I say that is because they've restructured this thing. If you've been in this business for only the last 3 months and you've been in Performance Club the last 3 months, guess what? You get a nice Performance Club check. In your first 3 months over the first year, you get, $200. And then from year 1 to year 2, you get $300. And then from year 2 to year 3, you get $400. And then from 36 months, whatever that is, I'm super excited about that one. You get $500. Super excited about that. So you got today, tomorrow, up till Wednesday, midnight Central Time to get your business in. So get that going, as well as on the 1st of June. I can't believe it's already June. We have our communication show. So at 10 a.m. Central Time, we have our communication show. So I know that they'll be sharing more and more promotions, as well as more incentives and great news about our company and stuff like that. So be sure to check that out as well on June 1st. But other than that, just like I said, Performance Club's the main thing. Get your numbers in, get as many people recruited, and that makes a big difference as well. So thank you very much there, young lady. Appreciate the opportunity to share that, and back to you.
Okay, thank you. Just keep in mind, on the Shield Nation site, you go to www.shieldnation.com. In what's new, they have the commission calculator and also the example of residual income. It's really powerful. If you can copy that off, and that'd be great. And also Shield Nation has 555 associates that are Performance Club qualified, 263 executive directors, 78 six-figure earners, and 38 millionaire club members. And, obviously we have a lot of expertise on, I think I saw Miss Duncan, did you raise your hand? Does anybody have a question before we finish?
I have a quick question.
Okay,
First, thanks everybody for those great stories. Definitely that helps. Three-way calls are powerful, and I'm missing that in my business. So I'm just going to put it out there to everybody that occasionally I do a three-way call with Miss Karen Irish-Borrego, and we've done them for each other. My executive directors, $150,000 ring earners, I don't do with anymore because they're in a different season, which is a very nice, they're just in a different season. And so anybody wanting to go on a list, willing to do three ways with me, and I will do them back. I've done thousands of them with Mr. Ken Smith over the last 15 years. So I'm pretty good at three ways because I learned from him. And from Miss Karen Irish-Borrego. So anybody willing to do that, I would definitely be available as well for three ways. And somehow if we could create a list within Shield Nation, Mr. John Hoffman said he will do, and he has done them for me. But, I need more people than that are willing, because I used to do like 3 or 4 or 5 a day, and that is lacking in my business now. So I just want to put it out there to the team.
yeah, put your name in the chat so that we can copy it. If you would like to partner with Gloria, she does a great job with three ways. Okay, any other questions? Okay. Mr. Archuleta, is there anything else you'd like to say?
No, I just love the exercise. That sounded good, and absolutely great ideas. And thank you for allowing me to participate.
Yeah, you did a great job. Okay.
Karen, can I say something? This is Bridget.
Yes, Bridget, that would be awesome.
When, excuse me for interrupting, when I was talking to Letitia Randolph not too long ago, and I just pretty much asked her just kind of what Gloria just said. when you reach someone on your team, that's $100,000 or $150,000, they are in a different season. But as they're reaching that first ring, even ED, and I asked her, I says, what did you do to become ED? And then go on from there to get your ring. And she said, I made 5 to 10 three-way calls every day until I hit my goal.
Yeah.
Back to you, Karen.
Thanks,
Yeah,
Bridget.
and here's the thing is that you want to have workout partners too, which is really great. If you have a workout partner, you guys can trade back and forth. So put your information down in the chat and we will save it. And if somebody can copy it off, that would be great. Wilma, Ted, Lem, Gloria, and Janine, and Bridget. Okay, can everybody go on the Shield Nation site and put your information also on Shield Nation? I think that'd be good. Make
ma'am.
sure everybody looks in the chat because there's lots of people who want the support. And let's help each other be successful. That's what we do in Shield Nation. Okay. And with that, are there any other questions before we part? Let's all, we're gonna be back next Monday. Build so you don't have to labor for the rest of your life. This is the end of the month. What are you running for? Your performance club? You're at next level, senior director, executive director, or beyond. Go for it. You have what it takes to be a champion in your life. So with that, we thank everybody for being on. Take down the names in the chat. And thank you everybody for participating. Okay.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Bye.
I'm going to leave this up for just a couple minutes so everybody can get the names down from the chat.
Thanks, Karen. Yeah,
Thank
I'm
you,
doing that
Karen.
right now.
Tell me when you got it finished.
Okay, I got it. I don't know if everybody else does.
I'll wait. I'll wait.
Oh. There's Lisa Dixon.
Okay.
I was just gonna say, it's gotta be a two-way and it's gotta, or like, you gotta be available, right? Sometime we won't all be available, obviously.
Yeah, so it's good to have about 5 different people.
Yeah. And John would help, as he told me, but I don't wanna, he's pretty busy and hard to get, and I'm not gonna do that all the time, so.
Okay, has everybody had a chance to write those names down?
Oh, I got another one, Ozzy.
Okay.
Just a minute, I wanna get Ozzy's number too. Some people are just coming on there now with their number, so.
Lisa Dixon also has her name in.
Yeah, I got hers down.
Well, Ozzy, okay,
Ozzy, I got, yeah.
cool.
All right.
Okay, and I also encourage you to go and put your name and number in Shield Nation site. Okay, you'll get even more. Okay,
Perfect.
all right, everyone.
Thanks,
Bye
Karen.
for now.
Thank you. Bye.
Have a strong close.
Thank you.
Standard that demands exactly what I think should.